to supply and demand right now very quickly. I'm very mindful of the time we have. Just looking at available landed units. Earlier we said 73,000 plus in Q2. I just want to show you versus non-landed, right? Sorry, here you have non-landed. So I'm just taking a 10-year type of time frame. So for non-landed, you can see in Q1 2010, this the stock available is about 180,000. By Q2, that has jumped by 67% to 300 over 1,000 units for non-landed. For landed property, you know, this whole story about limited supply is real. You know, you look at 10 years ago, 69,000 plus units. Fast forward 10 years, 73,000 plus, up only by 5.6%. So essentially, the limited supply story will always lend support to prices. Looking at upcoming supply, again, not a whole lot. These numbers are pulled from URA as well. Looking at landed private residential units by construction status, if you look at detached, just over 100, semi-D and terrace, all in, they are just over 800 plus units. So looking at this oncoming supply, again, it still support that limited supply story that we have been talking about. Looking at transactions, early on we talked about prices, and we said that transactions have been thin. So looking at Q2, 205 units landed property sold compared to 380 plus units sold in the first quarter. Ismail, this is essentially again back to that circuit breaker and phase one restrictions, isn't it?
Yes, I think this slide is quite clear because, as I said, second Q was mainly because of the circuit breaker restriction. But I would like to if you can bring me back to the slides on the 10-year time frame of the volume of transactions, the earlier slides. Yes, the earlier one.
This is not a transaction, this is available stock.
Yeah, available stock. That's what I was trying to highlight. Yes. So that's the point. In fact, right now, I think I have to upgrade the earlier phrase I said, landed property are gold standard. I think it's higher than a gold standard. I mean, I can understand why the non-landed segment increases by 66.6%. That means for every 3 units, another 2 units, exactly 66.6. Because, you see, the authorities and the government do understand. It is the aspirations of Singaporean by and large to have better living condition and lifestyle. And that's why condominiums become something that is in a greater supply. Even though Singaporeans do have a desire for landed property, the government don't have enough land to give. That's exactly the Jip's point. The last GLS refers to government land sale of a landed property took place 3 years ago, and nothing slated in very soon. While on the other hand, every year there are reserve lease and confirmed lease for condominium, not only to fulfill the aspirations, but the increased population and the demand. So that's why I really think landed property is really a good investment. Put it this way. I think I'm going to touch the raw nerve of something, but I hope not to be, I just put it, I just want to qualify this, is just my opinion. I just want to say my opinion. Today, a lot of condominiums, the most outlying area also get 1,000, 3,000, 4,005 per square foot. The rest of cost central region, we are talking about 1,718, even exceeding $2,000 per square foot. Many of these PR and foreigners who are all able to buy, particularly the PR. I was just imagining, can you imagine if a PR buys a $2,000 per square foot condominium for $3 million? Actually, he can afford to buy a landed property, but he is disqualified from buying a landed property. But if that PR gets citizenship in Singapore over the next 5 years, what happens then? Then he qualifies to buy a landed property. So what am I trying to say here is this: limited stock with Singaporeans' desire and even foreigners and PR who eventually get Singapore citizenship, have the ability to enter the market, but the supply is not increasing over a period of time. That's why the landed property will hold and has a better capital appreciation due to the demand. That's the way I put it here.
That's right. So looking at going back to the transactions again, we see actually all segments coming off. Obviously, detached house coming off a little bit more, partly maybe due to the limited stock available for sale. Also, their price point and the quantum slightly bigger. So looking at overall landed home sales, this one tracks transactions versus value. Earlier, I think we spoke about how certain policies have actually crimped demand for landed homes. Specifically, in 2013, the rollout of a bunch of cooling measures that TDSR specifically had a big impact on the landed home segment. This year, Q1, Q1 you see 383, Q2 205 in terms of number of transactions. This year we are likely to see transactions trending lower than last year, isn't it, Jip?
Okay. Yeah, I think the main thing is our first half of the year in terms of volume was actually a bit low due to the situation. Yeah, but based on the July transaction, July is going to fall under the next half of the year, right? We have seen more than 100 in my record. We have like 119 units transacted in July, right? As compared to June, 74 units. That's actually a good improvement. And I've seen on the ground, salesperson has received more and more viewing appointments for landed property listings, right? And in the show flat for new launches, landed property, we also have seen there's the increase in viewership as compared to before COVID-19 circuit breaker periods, right? So these are a sign to say that moving forward, I'm quite confident the volume will start to pick up. It might not be able to go to like 2019 kind of figures, 1,500 over units, but I'm very sure, or I'm quite confident it should hit more than 1,000 in terms of transaction. Based on the rate that we are seeing in July transaction, it should be quite, maybe come close to the last year figures. that was my prediction, yeah.
Ismail, what's your prediction for sales?
Yeah, I think we will definitely very, very confident will cross 1,200 mark, because if you look at it, the first half of the year, we already have 588. Yeah. And I think the second half, we are likely to go back, rebound to at least half of last year, which is about another 7,500. Therefore, we are likely to hit about 1,250 to 13, and therefore we are only likely to see 10 to maybe 12% lower than last year's numbers. And that's mainly contributed by the pandemic. But other than that, as what Jip said, on the ground market, people are coming in a greater desire to come and take a look. There are also, a lot of buyers are also coming to shopping thinking that sellers may be in a dire needs, maybe they got retrenched, maybe they were in an industry where they are a bit affected, and because of the pay cut, some of them may not be able, but we have not seen such urgent sales yet. But having said that, there may be opportunity. So maybe it is worth for those people who are really saying that those who answered A and say looking for properties in the next 12 months, it may be good for you to sit down with any of the PropNex salesperson to do your sums, talk to your banker, go out there next 2, 3, 4 months, doesn't matter, see as many units, maybe you may be lucky to get one at a good price.
And we're looking at sales by district. In the first 7 months of 2020, so the landed units sold, most popular district, we're looking at District 19. So we're looking at Serangoon Gardens, Hougang, Punggol area, and District 28, which would be the Seletar area. So these are perennial favorites, isn't it? I keep seeing these two areas pop up as well, Ismail.
I think I will let Jip give because he is in a mall. But having said that, because we also know these are a bigger landed enclave district. If you talk about Serangoon, Chom Chom, or you talk about Seletar, or you talk about District 15 will be the Mountbatten, the Frankel, and the Opera Estate. By design, they have got more landed properties. And that's why the transactions tend to be much higher in comparison to the other districts.
Yes.
So maybe Jip, let me just ask you, so for example, someone puts a question to you, you know, they're looking at their first landed property, which area should they be considering? Would your recommendation then be D19 and D28, for example?
Okay, I think being D19 or D28, they are traditionally a big landed estate like what Ismail has shared. Yeah, so these are normally the two most common landed estates, and over the years, District 19, the pricing has also appreciated much faster and more than District 28. Yeah, but one thing I would like to share with District 28 is I'm quite confident moving forwards. District 28 is going to catch up very fast, and I think this is in the whole of Singapore, having the most landed plot of land to build brand new landed property is in District 28, right? None, and we cannot find in any other district really beside District 28, because those land are from the old generation, from the, I don't know how many generations ago they passed down, right, till now, and developers are holding on to all this empty land, vacant land, and they already have a plan to redevelop all this vacant land and turn into modern landed property. And watch out for District 28, very exciting, and you will see a lot of new landed property will start to come out in District 28, and that will definitely move the pricing and the volume of transaction in District 28 moving forward. Yeah, so something to look out for.
Thank you, Jip. We'll quickly cycle through just some considerations, and then we'll come back to both our speakers again for their thoughts. I think buying landed homes, I think we just want to put out some key factors that people should consider. On the left-hand side, obviously, you have risk factors. On the right-hand side, there are some supporting factors that you may want to consider when you are planning your finances, when you're considering whether you should enter the market. So I think foremost on people's mind would be the recession, the job security issues. You need to get your financing sorted out. On the supporting factor side, obviously we've stressed a lot about the limited stock, the limited supply. Also, I think in terms of evaluating your finances, you need to look at the interest rate as well. I think the US Fed has said that they will keep rates close to zero until at least 2021. So again, those factors will be very important in helping you to weigh your buying decision. We just want to go and look at this chart here, this slide here, looking at some of the other considerations when buying a landed property. I think earlier there was a question about inspection of properties in terms of building, in terms of height restriction and height limit. Maybe Ismail, can I get you to come in and talk a little bit more? I mean, obviously it's not, buying landed is not as straightforward as buying a condo. You have a lot of other considerations.
Yeah. I think one of the key things here is this for landed, I would suggest here is you really first and foremost need to do your sums right in terms of your financing. Because when you go and buy something that is not up to your desired, and then you want to do a huge renovation, you must have that reserve funds to do that renovation, because the renovation can actually absorb a fair bit of your money. Okay, that's important. One of the key things I always say here is this: landed property, don't go at night and go and see. I think it's not a good thing to see a landed property. It should always be a complete good daylight hours, so that you can have a good feel of the neighborhood, the neighbors, even the conditions of the house from the exterior, the interior, so that you would be able to see signs of either whether the roof is not in a very stable position, sagging down, or for that matter, any other signs that requires a repair. Okay, that's one point. The next point here is this: you must be also very clear before you go in. Are you going to buy this property, just do a simple renovation, which is not hugely other than just maybe polishing the existing marble, touch up a little bit of wardrobe, change the thing that costs you about $50,000 to $100,000? Or are you going to do an A&A, which is addition and alteration, which means to say you're keeping the entire infrastructure, the beams and all other things, except that you're prepared to go and demolish certain walls and then extend the room and make a completely redesign a fair bit of it, not exceeding 50% of the earlier design and the space. That is considered as A&A. That may cost you anything between couple of $100,000 to $500,000 or more, depending on how extensive you want to do. And last thing here is this: are you going to buy a dilapidated house, demolish, and then start from the very basic foundation upward? Then you must know, do you have the funds to do that? Okay. So far, I think if it is going to be a first home, ideal scenario will be to buy a house that suits your basic needs. And then you do little reconfiguration inside, therefore you don't need to incur huge amount of money. That's the way I think one should be prudent enough when they buy the property or landed.
I think we're gonna jump to the next slide, which is something that we get frequently asked as well, landed versus cluster. So very quickly, I think we have on this slide here, the differences, pros and cons. Obviously, I think the biggest difference would be that for cluster is strata title, whereas for landed, it's you get the land title. I just want to ask maybe Jip this time around to come in. I think there are projects currently on sale, right, for cluster homes?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I think we've got some of them here. Maybe you want to just take us through a little bit about what are some of these opportunities. We have, I think, NIM, and also we have.
Okay,
Parkwood.
we can say at the Parkwood, the slides. See, okay, this is actually the strata landed, the latest strata landed project that you are able to go and take a look, located at near Hougang MRT station. Why this project is a bit unique as compared to any other strata that you have seen before, because they are affected by the new building rule that are implemented by URA, right? Therefore, the house come with huge size, right? You have never seen before in the outskirt area. Yeah, so this project is getting very popular because of the size, and last month 6 units just sold. Yeah, just in the month of July, sorry. So it's worthwhile for you to take a look because it takes all the good points about a good strata landed project. So contact any of our PropNex agent if you are really keen to find out why suddenly it become more popular, right? They will be able to explain to you in more details. Yeah. And,
sorry, can I know what is the per square foot Parkwood collection they're asking?
Okay, Parkwood collection per square foot, we have start by from below $700 per square foot, up and to $700 over per square foot. So it's very attractive.
Isn't that crazy? I think an executive condominium is $1,000 over. HDB resale in some of the central locations are fetching, even at Clementi or off Clementi, a 4-bedroom can be 700,000, means 7. And you're talking about a Parkwood collection. Yeah, but the main issue is because of the quantum.
Quantum, yes, because it's a huge house, 4,000 over square feet and up to 6,000 over square feet. Yeah, but it's a very nice house. So I will say that please do come down to experience the new standard of strata housing projects. Yeah, that's what I will say.
So people can go there even they don't buy, to go and see, get ideas lah.
Can.
The decor all got in, right?
Yes, can contact our salesperson, PropNex salesperson. But it's by appointment to come down. Yeah, we have an actual mock-up unit for you all to take a look. Yes. Right, the next one. Sorry.
Yes, no, Jip, continue.
Yeah, so there's strata. Strata is a hybrid between a conventional and a condo lah. And nowadays I have seen the popularity actually increased quite a lot. Yeah, another project that we've just fully sold was Belgravia Green in District 28. It was also a strata project, right? And why people are coming into strata? I see majority of the buyers, they are actually from condo upgraders, right? Have a family expansion, or if not, they want to have a multi-generation staying together, right? And I think condo is a bit too small for them, right? And they are not prompt into conventional landed property because the kids actually want to enjoy the facilities. They want the 24/7 security.